We are in La Sala, and this is where we begin our bilingual homeschool mornings. So when my kids wake up, I make sure to give them some time to slowly wake up and start their mornings and give them some space. And then when it's time to start, I let them know, and they have to go back to their rooms and make their beds and change and brush their hair, brush their teeth. We don't do school in our PJs. I believe it makes a difference when they can actually put on nice clothes, and it affects their attitude for the rest of the day. So we make sure that we do that, and then we all gather here. And this is where we begin. And I always start with read alouds. And read alouds are just books that I read out loud to them. So we start off kicking off our mornings with prayer, sometimes in English, sometimes in Spanish. It could be me praying or they're praying. And then we go over some verses and we memorize these verses. Sometimes we memorize them in Spanish, sometimes in English. And then the first read aloud is a devotional, sometimes in English, sometimes in Spanish. Currently, the one that I'm reading is in Spanish, and then we talk about it and how we can apply it to our lives. And then I read some fun books. Sometimes they're classics, one in English, one in Spanish. And as I'm reading to them, they can color, they can draw, they can build Legos, Magnetiles. They can't play Barbies. They have to be able to do something that doesn't require a lot of effort for them to be working on, so that they can still listen and answer questions, make sure that they're comprehending, following along. So from there, I will do some history, and I'll do some reading about history. We're currently in US history, and I'll do that in English. And then I incorporate some life skills. We'll talk about healthy eating. We're currently talking about that in Spanish and learning new Spanish words. Maybe if there's like some foods like vegetables or fruits that they don't know in Spanish, we'll learn those. And then we're also learning about how to apply first aid. We'll do that in English. And then we'll have some time to sing some songs, and they're currently wanting to learn the names of all the countries in the world. So we're learning that and doing that in English. And then I'll teach them some songs in Spanish that I learned growing up, and just really use this time to just have more of a relaxed morning to help them kind of get ready and prepared before they do some table work. And so when we're done with our time in the living room, I let them play and have a little bit of a break and just kind of get their imagination juices flowing. And then from there, we'll head to the table and start our table work.